Today, we continue our spooky three-part series on math mysteries. Last week, we explored Gabriel's horn. Today, we discussed the golden ratio. The golden ratio is an irrational number, which not only means that this depraved number is utterly and eerily illogical, but also that its decimal continues until the end of time, with absolutely no pattern whatsoever. It's madness. Madness, I say. If you're curious what the approximate value is, it's... not this again. Okay. 1.6180339887498948420 458683436563811177. Its exact value is 1/2 of the quantity 1 plus the square root of 5. The date of this mysterious number's discovery is debated. In about 440 BC, the Greek sculptor and mathematician Phidias, not to be confused with Phineas circa 2007, used this ratio in his famous works of sculpture. Phidias' most notable work was the Parthenon in Athens, which forms what's referred to as a golden rectangle. This means that the length is 1.618 times its width. The numeric value of the golden ratio is represented by this Greek letter, which we mathematicians pronounce as phi and frat boys pronounce as phi. It was named in honor of Phidias. This number can also be found in the Fibonacci sequence, which is a sequence of numbers in which each number is obtained by adding the previous two numbers in the sequence. For example, 1 plus 1 is 2, 1 plus 2 is 3, 2 plus 3 is 5, 3 plus 5 is 8, etc. Other than this sequence being spookily awesome, the numbers in the sequence can be found throughout nature. If you were to count the number of petals on a flower, it more than likely will have 3, 5, 8, 13, or 21 petals. Dividing one term in the sequence by the term immediately before it, especially with the larger numbers of the sequence, gets us closer and closer to this hauntingly beautiful number. No matter how far out we mortals follow this sequence, we'll never really reach the golden ratio's exact value. But go down that rabbit hole long enough, and it might eventually reach you. Okay, so what's the point of this number? Well, what if I told you that this ratio is everywhere? As in, it's in the very room you're in right now. Don't believe me? I assume that you're in the room you're in right now, right? Confused? Understandable. I was confused as I said it. But if you were to divide the length between your fingertip and your elbow by the length between your wrist and elbow, don't be too spooked to find the quotient to be eerily close to 1.618. For whatever reason, we humans find this ratio to be aesthetically pleasing to the eye. This is why Phidias sculpted his statues such that the ratio between the statue's total height and the distance from the bottom of its feet to the navel was, you guessed it, 1.618. The same was true of the length of the face divided by its width. We tend to find people whose faces demonstrate this ratio as beautiful, almost as if some cosmic mathematician sculptor used the golden ratio in creating their masterpiece. It's understandable then that this spooky number is also referred to as the divine proportion. But the existence of the golden ratio isn't only found in humans. If you construct squares with the dimensions of Fibonacci numbers, 1 by 1, 2 by 2, 3 by 3, 5 by 5, 8 by 8, not only will the ratio of the length to the width of the overall rectangle be 1.618, but so will the various rectangles within the golden ratio. By then drawing an arc from one corner of each square to the other, we get what's known as the Fibonacci spiral. You can find the Fibonacci spiral in flower petals, nautilus shells, and hurricanes. The applications are out of this world. Literally, you can find it in spiral galaxies. A case can be made that the golden ratio was actually discovered by the Egyptians a couple of thousands of years before the Greeks, as it appears to have been used in the construction of the Great Sphinx. And how spooked would you feel to find out that there's subliminal messaging all around you with the attempt of luring you into impulsive activities? Artists and businesses have long recognized the golden ratio's appeal and, as a result, have designed their very logos with 1.618's fingerprints all over them to hypnotically draw you in and compel you to purchase from them. Recognize any of these logos? Even your retirement money obeys the golden ratio's cosmic decree. So who or what exactly is commanding humans, nature, and even the stock market to obey? We may never find out the answer in this lifetime. Check back in next week, if you dare, when we finish out this spooky series by discussing the most spine-tingling topic yet, prime numbers and aliens.